Welcome to another edition of Blue Stained Glass Poetry. I'm your host, Anne Abdo, and I want to do something different instead of being in front of my office all the time. Not that I don't like my office, but I need to get out. I think winter doldrums has set in, and I want to show you a beautiful way of expressing, the beauty of winter in my poetry. Winter star. Here watching the complexities of a winter's night. My psyche transported to poetry continents of a Hibernian poet, whispering to me through blue, violet embers of fire, watching stars through a melted sand optical illusion. In the dark of a bone-frigid Sunday, as Pisces half-moon beckoned for attention, hearing mighty, billowing winds crash onto the river's shore, peering at this Euclidean geometry of ancestral stars. Ancestors and poets are reading Galileo's universal maps. Mother Earth and Father Time are singing winter psalms, teaching man's lost society to dismantle the constructs placed upon them. Humanity and land return to what we have prepared for you so long ago. Quest for answers to be discovered. Ancestors, please show us how to retrieve your ancient infinity circles, connecting us to diamond stars above on our sacred paths below. And that is one of my new poems. It's Winter Star, and I decided to take the William Stafford challenge. It started on the 17th of January. I had a lovely Zoom introduction with Kim Stafford and the rest of the Stafford Poetry Challenge. So the challenge is to write one poem a day. To try to write one poem a day, even if it is just the date alone. To start with the date, poem title, your poem idea. There's no mistakes here. There's no mistakes in poetry. There's no mistakes in art, nature. Anything you enjoy is a form of creative beauty. Excuse me for one moment. Speaking of creative beauty, so right now I'm at the Dunmore Pine Burn, which is one of the most beautiful places in northeast Pennsylvania. I had the opportunity last year to do a hike with my son Robert. Went to the top of the world. So the next poem is Breakfast for Supper. Winter is not so fun anymore. My tabby cat tells me that I should stay in bed and write poetry. Cold inertia has crept in. Pancakes and syrup sound so simple instead of dragging numerous pots and pans out to showcase on my stove. Forecast of another January storm echoes through my quiet space. Warning, leave early and be aware of road conditions and slippery bridges. My cat and I want to write delicious poetry over coffee and cat treats. We dream of rabbits prancing across the yard and woodland creatures enjoying lives of quiet existence. There are no words if you're fed with sweetness of the present moment. And it is Breakfast for Supper. I wrote this on Friday because, yes, we had another icy bit of conditions in northeast Pennsylvania. I was not in the mood for cranking up the stove with a whole bunch of pots and pans, and I just wanted to have something simple. My favorite meal is breakfast, and that is breakfast for supper. Kind of probably subconsciously wishing it was summer. Now let me pull out my pages. This is all new. Never done this before, so bear with me. I'll keep walking a little bit down here. Like I said, this is beautiful no matter what time of year. Winter, spring, summer, fall. The Dunmore pine burren, the top of the world. So I see the golden hour starting to kick in. It's one of my most favorite and beautiful times to take photography, whether it's first thing in the morning or late in the afternoon. So I'll keep walking along here. There is a beautiful, probably frozen stream. So the next poem is titled The Poet's Widower. Patiently waiting for my poet's door to open, an empty grave, love-seat cushion is where two cats sleep. Echoes of expletives and shouts of joy permeate through paneled walls. Knowing that she is creating, editing, formatting her work requires solitude. Being a devoted man sitting alone through her seasonal words, missing her on the porch, missing her as the deer cross our path, missing her as we converse with summer stars, just missing her company. Sitting on different chairs, watching her poetry performances in a bar, in a library, in a church, in a military celebration, a stranger's porch, a Philadelphia stage. I am the man behind the poet, always there 110%. A poet's widow can be a conundrum, wondering what wanders through her mind. Poets and creative human beings see what everyone misses. We lead such hurried lives. These words, these photos, these landscapes of watercolor and acrylic covered canvases. A little difficult to turn the page. And this will be my last poem because it's getting a little colder than I expected. Showing humanity their effervescent beauty that explodes God's gifts through her worded tears of gratitude, admiration, and our true love. And this is in celebration of my husband, Tom, the most supportive, loving man that I know. And this is the end of Blue Stained Glass for this afternoon. Please join me next week with more poetry. And if you have any poems to send to me, please email them or put in the comments below. Anne Abdo at bluestainedglass.com. Have a great afternoon. Take care.